Good afternoon. You've come to visit John Volitz. I was born in Germany in a little village near the Baltic Sea in northeastern Germany. And in this village, the people that worked on the large farms lived in the village, went out and worked for the large landowners. My mother was one of those people that worked in the big mansion nearby. I grew up in that area, and when I was 20, I went into the service, and I was assigned to the Kaiser's Royal Fusiliers. I was very proud of this, and I stayed there for 3 years. But when I came out of the service, all I could do was go and labor on the farms again. So my wife had a sister who had come to Door County, and she kept writing to us, "Come to America, come to America." So our young child was born, and so we came, and we decided to go to America. Well, not only did I and my wife and my child go, but 3 of my wife's sisters decided to come along, and her father decided to come along. So there were 7 of us with a little child coming to America. We boarded a ship near Hamburg, and we were 3 weeks in the trip from Hamburg to New York, and it was a stormy trip on a ship that was supposed to carry 600 people, and there were 800 people on this trip. Well, we finally got to New York, and Ellis Island wasn't even open at that time, and they took us to an old amusement park called Castle Gardens, and they kept us there for about 3 days. And after that, we took the train all the way from New York to Chicago, into Wisconsin, and finally here to Sturgeon Bay, and we met Lena, who was Wilhelmina's sister. Well, we rented an upstairs apartment. When we rented the upstairs apartment, the sisters went out and worked as help in the kitchens, and I went to the city, and I got a job in the fire department. I was a teamster for the fire department, and we had one of these old steam boilers on this fire truck, and this steam boiler we'd have to keep a fire in it, so we'd have steam, so when we got to the fire, we could pump the water. And not only that, as a teamster, I had to train the horses. Well, we'd get a new team, I'd take the horses and I'd train them. When the fire alarm would ring, they'd run to their place on the fire truck. And the harnesses were up above. And we'd drop the harness, buckle them on, we'd race off down the street, the dogs would bark, it was always exciting. We didn't save many buildings, but we kept the fire from spreading. Well, I worked at the city for about 29 years, and I was very pleased. But the important thing, I became a citizen in 1897. And not only that, my son was able to complete high school, and he had his own business. He was a painter and a wallpaper, interior decorator. And my daughter, Emma, was able to go to school. She went to normal school, and she became a teacher. And you know, this would have never happened to our family in Germany. So Wilhelmina and I are very glad that we came to America with our family.